All right, so today we're going to be talking about the 2006 classic album by the Clipse, Hell Hath No Fury. This album comes 4 years after their debut album, Lord Willing. After some label issues and some pushbacks, two dope-ass mixtapes as Re-Up Game with Ad Liver and Sandman, they come out with this classic record, double XL rating, critical acclaim across the board. But today we're going to be talking about who had the better verse track by track. Let's go. The hip-hop duo kick off the album with the song We Got It For Cheap. This song is named after their two mixtapes in between their full-length albums that they did with Ad Liver and Sandman. This song is pretty much painting the frustrations that they had dealing with their record label. There's a lot of frustrations heard throughout the song, a lot of pitfalls, a lot of adversities. But I gotta give the best verse to Pusha T. What Pusha T says in his first verse sums up everything that they were trying to get across in his first songs as far as some of those pitfalls mentioned earlier. The bars that give him the edge in this song: I'm the best since he died and he lied. The spirit of competition, one verse could start jihad. CPR pusher, the flows tend to revive. Pulling the covers back, I expose what you disguise. My presence is felt, the pressure is on. This 411 Cuban help us weather the storm. Pyrex and powder, it was back to the norm. Through all the adversity, the fury was born. The hip-hop duo continued their lyrical slaughter with the second track, Mama I'm So Sorry. Talking to the youth. They're talking to the kids coming up, young drug dealers, kids in the neighborhood, pitfalls, warnings within life, little nuggets, jewels coming from old heads, someone who has experience in the game, looking at these kids that are coming up right behind them and letting them know that, yo, this is what you need to be looking out for. This is how you need to move. This one, No Malice steals the show. The bars that give him the edge follows. But it's a bigger picture, Holmes. Trust, I done seen it. From Frankfurt to Cologne, Oslo to Sweden. From Italy's Milan to the shores of Napoli. Now I consider Ferraris and Salvador Dali's. I'm no longer local, my thoughts are global. That's why I seem distant, son, expand your vision. No Malice spazzes on this track. I love how he paints the picture as far as how he has seen the world. He's describing everything he's seen to the youth. Another great line that No Malice dropped on this one that really sealed the deal for me on this song is, and when I'm gone, I hope that it's said I gave structure to the youth at the example I led. That's crazy. All the dirt that he's doing, he's seen the world, and he's giving the youth. All he's caring about is giving back to the youth, making sure he's passing on his lessons that he has learned. That way they don't make his same mistakes, but hopefully they follow his same successes. Powerful. Track number 3 kicks off the first single from the album, Mr. Me Too. This was a very close battle. Both Pusha T and No Malice go in on this one. It was very difficult for me to try to pick someone who outshined the other, but I gotta give Pusha T the slight edge just based on the last bar he dropped in his first verse, where he's talking about, these are the days of our lives and I'm sorry to the fan, but them crackers wasn't playing fair jive. This goes back to the label issues they were having. Merger bullshit that was going on at the time, and they just weren't getting the same attention that they were getting, which caused a lot of pushbacks on their record. A lot of that came out in this record, and it just built up. When you're painted into a corner, that's when most people shine their best. It's the adversities that we go through, things that try to keep you down, but you find a way to come back up. Again, very even on this song, but Pusha T gets my vote for the win for that one line, but it's a very slight win, very slight. Track 4, we got Wamp Wamp What It Do featuring Slim Thug. This is another one where it was very close. Both Pusha T and No Malice went in on this one, but I gotta give the edge back to Pusha T again. And that's mostly not because of the bars. It's gonna be because of the delivery in his first verse. Just how he kicks it off, how he writes the beat, and how he's using the same rhyme pattern throughout the entire flow, just bouncing off of the same rhyme. No hotter, flow dropper, sense popper. You penny any nigga, see I know copper. Left the game on a high note. Flow opera. Pusha still got them keys, I can unlock ya. See the watch on the sleeve, call it showstopper. Just those little tips in there really gives him the edge. So it's not necessarily the bars that gives him the win for me on this one, but it's just how he came in with the flow. I do want to give No Malice some love on this one because his last verse on here, as far as when he mentions, by far the coldest, '06 Lotus, 0 to 60, hocus pocus. Such a dope ass fucking bar, man. But they both shined on this one, and this is another difficult one, just like Mr. Me Too. They both had a great one, but I think the overall delivery gives Pusha T the edge on this track. Track number 5, we got Ride Around Shining featuring Ad Liver, and man, this has got to be my second favorite song off of this album, man. What Pharrell did with the production is ridiculous. The harp in the background, how it loops. If you listen close to this record, how that loop, how it just kind of swirls up into the air and it kind of just hovers there. Very, very clever, lush production on this track. All three parties involved really produced. Some of the stick out lines for me as far as No Malice. No Malice has a real dope ass line in here where he goes, "Listen, youngin', you only just begun. You'll understand when you're older," said father to the son. Very clever as far as just giving you that elder aspect as far as how they're, it comes back to teaching the youth. And that's something that No Malice does very, very often on his songs. But honestly, I got to give the slight edge to Surprise Surprise, Ab Liver. I think Ab Liver just bodies his feature on this one, man. He holds his own, over exceeding expectations, especially being next to, Pusha T and No Malice. But wow, man. I mean, he showed up on the Re-Up Game mixtapes and he shows up even more here, man. You down to the last 2 minutes and, you need somebody to take that shot. Ad Live is your guy for sure. But some of the standout bars that Ad Live spit on here, man, goes as follows. "The crown is vacant. I'm taking them proper steps. I'm taking them papa steps. They praying for my downfall. Is it the bling the king conquistador that my jewelry made that face blush on that Frank Mueller? The R-shaped peculiar. It's awesome. Laying over dark skin, laying like arson when I park in the left is constant. Minute hand is like Parkinson's. You a fish where the sharks will swim." Like, come on, man. Ab Liver really shows up on this song. Another standout line from Ab goes, "HRE's on it, mommy so glisten while I make Oliver twist like Dickens." He just really just goes in. I love how he paints the energy as far as just, a lot of people, you can say watch on the wrist, but how he describes everything going down, how it looks over the dark skin and how the minute hand is like Parkinson's. It's a very unique way to display imagery in a song. Big up to Ab Live on this one, man. He really showed up and he came for the win. Track number 6, Dirty Money. This track is more catered to the ladies, man. How they just talking about how much they trick dollars on their women with the dirty money that they get from selling coke. Really dope ass song. Both brothers delivered, but I gotta give this one to No Malice. I really love how he describes everything in the 4th verse where he says, "Before I'm a bicker with ya, ma, I'm a switcher. I fly him in quick, I fly him out even quicker. By no means am I in love with a stripper. You understand that, then you fit in that glass slipper." That shit is funny as fuck. Track number 7, Hello New World. The duo talk about getting out of the hood, making it out of the struggle. And I really love this track, man. Both brothers delivered some dope ass bars, nice content. But again, I gotta give this one to No Malice for the simple fact of these bars right here. "Ain't coming at your quote-unquote famous rapper who turned positive, try to show you how to live. But this information I must pass to the homies. If hustling is a must, be Sosa, not Tony." This is gonna be a little controversial. I'm not the biggest Scarface fan in the world. I know that movie falls in line with a lot of pop culture. I do like the movie, but I always like Sosa over Tony. Just the way he moves from his business perspective. Sosa is the real boss when you really boil it down. Are you a Tony guy or are you a Sosa guy? Track number 8 kicks us off with Keys Open Doors, and this is by far the best song on the entire record for me. I think what Pharrell did with the production as far as it sounded like the sound of keys hitting the concrete, this is phenomenal. Both brothers spazzed out on this damn track. By far the hardest song on the record. It was very difficult to score. Both brothers, they did their thing on there. No Malice had lines such as, "I yell re-up till I'm locked like Momia and get it across state with the grace of Maria." That's a hard line for me because there was this movie that I saw, Maria Full of Grace. And I was very familiar with the movie, so just to understand what he was talking about as far as the drug mule aspect of it, pretty clever bar. No Malice just kept going in on this record. He held his own, all the bars as he was spitting on this. It's ridiculous. Another favorite ones that No Malice put out was, "Fuck the bureau, rather be spending euros and get fed grapes. Fuck hoes and plurals. Just like heaven when I gazed at the mural, but what a peace of mind when you cop you some Shapiros." Such a clever line, especially if you know who Shapiro is. It's just a reference of, having lawyers in your corner, as soon as something comes in, especially if you're going to be in the dope game. Very clever bars coming from No Malice, but I do have to give the edge to Pusha T on this record. I love how he comes in, make your skin crawl, press one button to let the wind fall. Who gon' stop us? Fuck the coppers, the mind of a kilo shopper, seeing my life through the windshields of choppers. Seeing your life on the news, car chases, stuff like that on some OJ shit. But yeah, really clever bars, man. Those aren't the only ones that seal the deal for me as far as giving Pusha T the edge. The coldest bars that it says comes from this section right here. The realest shit I ever wrote, not Pac inspired, it's crack pot inspired. My real niggas quote, bitch never cook my coke, why? Never trust a hoe with your child. At you make believe rappers I smile. Ha! Canal Street in my style. Like you internet sharing my files, you MySpace niggas. Like it's just dope ass hard track. Both brothers did their thing, but Pusha T gets a slight edge from me on this one, man. Classic record. Moving on to track number 9, Aintcha, featuring Re-Up Gang. Oh man, this is another favorite of mine. Like, they really show up on this track. Favorite bar from Pusha T on this record is gonna have to be the one where he mentions, loving these bezel set chains with no space, 86 carats. You know how much digging in the planet this could take? Like, just clever rhymes, just understanding like the pressure, you know, diamonds. You know, so it's a very clever rhyme on how he does that. There's a lot of humor throughout this verse that I get from No Malice, and I think it really helps him out as far as having a more standout verse than Push on this one. How he opens up his verse, just reading it and listening to it, reciting his verses on this one, really just makes me laugh. It's like he's just really just talking to the youth. It's something that he does quite often and is very good at. No Malice comes in, you know, oh, you just gonna take without asking, ain't you? You just grabbing, you ain't earning for shit. That's too old fashioned. Look, Tulip, I will never tuck a jewel up. Kindergarten, did they not tap your knuckle with the ruler? Like, he's the teacher, he's the elder. They play off that well, you know, with No Malice being the elder out of the two, you know, the old school has this experience, contrast to Pusha T's younger, less experienced, hungry for the dollar, you know, young buck coming up, and he's got that more of a mentality. I just think that lever is really clever on Malice's part. But again, man, the show is stolen by Ab Liver on this song, so I gotta give him another one. It's no accident that they gave him the last verse. Some of the standout bars that I got from Ab Liver on this one's gonna go, Grimaldi is so gaudy, but it's just so picture when I lean in that 640 5 CI. I'm on them blades like T.I. The niggas hate the measure cause they knee high. You know, I just love, you know, the whole cadence throughout the song, how the beat switches up for him. You know, again, there's a reason why they gave him that last verse, because they knew he was just gonna ride the beat, go in, does what he do best, you know, just deliver dope ass bars. So again, wasn't an accident. So yeah, it's hard to give it to either Push or No Malice on this one when Ab Lava's in the picture. So, you know, this one goes to him. So moving on to my least favorite song on the record, Trill. Still a good song, it's just, you know, with everything surrounding it, it's just my least favorite. It was kind of difficult to pick who had the better verse on this song, but No Malice, man. I got to give it to No Malice on this one as well. His wordplay just kind of gives him the edge on it for me. The standout bars that really gives him the knockout. Soon as you get your heart involved, that's where I fall back, love, au revoir. So international French Riviera, love for foreign cars would explain my Carrera. Like, it's just so, this is so dope, you know, going from you know, because, you know, you can't have foreign cars without the career he has, but playing off the, you know, the Porsche Carrera. So I just think that's pretty clever as well, man. This is my least favorite track. I don't need to dwell on this one. No Malice is gonna get the win for this one. Although not my favorite, this song sets up one of my favorite songs on the record, Chinese New Year. So I think I mentioned Keys Open Doors being my favorite song off of this album. Ride Around Shining is number 2. Chinese New Year is definitely number 3. Like, it's definitely in that top 3. Pusha T and No Malice, they really go in. Now, Pusha T almost steals the show on this song. I love his delivery, very clever lines. Just how he comes in is very menacing, painting the picture as far as like the grittiness of the track. Mask on face, Glock in hand. I was in and out of homes like the Orkin man. Never listened to my parents like an orphan man. Strong finger on the trigger like it's in Dwarf's hands. Confiscate goodies like Repo Man Sam. Make nigga kick that can. Fall victim to the Click Clack clan. My vixen. Eat your face like she Miss Pac-Man. My wish her command. Wow. Pusha T does not hold any punches on this song. But I think No Malice comes in and steals the show. And the reason I think No Malice comes in and steals the show because his lines are so witty, you kind of have to, there's a little bit more humor into No Malice's verses when he comes in. Lines such as, Let's play cops and robbers and watch Heckler and Koch turn cops to martyrs. Like, hands down, he comes in just ready to just body everything. Another thing he does very clever is just describe just some of the grit. When I picture bits and pieces of bones chipped in flesh, it tears me to pieces. like that's crazy. Another dope line right after that goes, cooperate. Escape is useless. Trust me, I'm your friend. I will talk you through this. That is just some cold, menacing shit. Imagining just having your gun on somebody and you just like, yo, give me the money. Trust me, ain't nothing gonna happen. Or, trust me, you ain't gonna get hurt. Ain't gonna hurt you. It's kind of that whole mentality as far as like, I'm talking you through this. I'm gonna talk you through you giving me up the goods. It's just very clever. The last line that really sealed the deal for me on No Malice's end, I'm going to have to express this the way that he expressed it. So the bar goes, don't forget, he who plays hero gets hit. Don't let that 9 mil riddle your wit, smart T-pants. Like, just his whole delivery, how he's saying things like, yo, although I'm your friend, I'm talking you through this. Don't get any ideas. I see your eyes looking at the gun that's on the floor over there or under the table over there. But trust me, don't think you're smarter than me. It's just a very, very clever way of saying this that gives the listener something to kind of like dissect. And, it's just very clever. So No Malice gets the edge on me for this. Sorry for rambling, but yeah, that's how I feel. Closing out the album with Nightmares, wow. Shout out to Ghetto Boys, man. This is a tribute to the classic Ghetto Boys track, My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me, and man, do they do this justice. I really love how the rap duo comes in. Both brothers give you a sense of paranoia, karma, their wrongdoings come into light, themes of just, looking over your shoulder. I think No Malice does one hell of a job with his bars. So even when the mumblest talk, I still walk the most humblest walk. And one day, it may even catch up with me, man. But till then, I'm Leonardo. Catch me if you can. Very, very clever lines on here. Sense of paranoia is all through it. But I do give the edge to Pusha T on this track. What really seals the deal with me, because it was very close until he got to the very end of his last verse. Not only does he shout out Ghetto Boys, I got big money, I got big cars, everybody know me. It's like I'm a movie star, paying homage. But how he ends the verse is really what gave him the knockout blow for me. I love the bars where he says, holla if you hear me, tears flowing sincerely. Check up on my block weekly, my health yearly. Something's wrong with me. Niggas don't get along with me. Got a fofo, hope your body got strong kidneys. That right there is how you close out a record. I really love those bars. I love how he's, that sense of paranoia, that sense of, still being in tune with the hood. You checking up on your block. You're worried about your health. All these pitfalls, all these different worries summed up in the last 4 bars. I really think that's what gives Pusha T the edge on this song. So for the final results, we got Pusha T 5, we got No Malice 5, and we got Ab Liva 2. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a blast making this. Give me a like, thumbs up, subscribe. Peace.